Seems the more I travel from the gravel, as the nets unravel, all exotic fish I find like Jason and the Argonauts. There may be no golden fleece, but human riches are released like Jason and the Argonauts. There may be no golden fleece, but human riches are released. So it precedes the possibly maybe more well-known Clash of the Titans, which was released in 1981, almost 20 years later. Yet Jason and the Argonauts might be the superior film of the two. Whereas Clash of the Titans relies on stop-motion set pieces to excite one on Perseus' quest, Jason and the Argonauts features entities which pop up more organically and fluidly via the voyage of the titular Jason. The production values in general actually feel superior, mostly, in Jason and the Argonauts. The Mount Olympus setting feels a lot richer in Jason than it does in Clash, despite Clash featuring the likes of Laurence Olivier and Maggie Smith as the gods. Thessaly feels a lot more realised and lived in, rather than a series of sets and mats, as Joppa is in Clash of the Titans. The same could be said of Colchis in comparison to Calabos Swamp or Medusa's Island. I suppose Jason being shot in Italy versus Clash in Pinewood Studios contributes to this effect. The Talos sequence might be the finest in Harryhausen history, although rivaled by the sheer painstaking effort which the Hydra sequence required, and then the magnificence, the narrative bliss, that is the skeleton sword fight. Jason and the Argonauts was famously named by Tom Hanks as the greatest movie ever made, and whether that was a remark made in jest or not, it is certainly true that in a particular adventure Equilibrium is expertly or circumstantially realized in Jason and the Argonauts, making it fairly arguably the finest of the Harryhausen features, although I am very partial to the first two entries in the Sinbad trilogy. Jason and the Argonauts is the title most in competition with them. And I also really love 20 Million Miles to Earth, really like Guanji, of course. Actually, the only one I'm not so hot on, well, two actually, The Animal World, if that counts, and The Free Worlds of Gulliver. And even though I was comparing Clash of the Titans slightly negatively to Jason, this film, just before, that is one of the very best of the Harryhausen features, there's no denying that, of course. Hey, also worth mentioning is the undersung Poseidon appearance, which, despite being an obvious projection when one thinks about it, does seem to resemble exactly what the old Greek myths describe when gods appear to them, live-action giants appearing out of thin air or deep ocean to aid the mortals as they watch on with utter awe. That sequence might be one of the best visualizations of the imagery one receives in their mind when reading of ancient Greek mythical interactions between humans and their gods. One, because digital always seems unreal for the very most part as of 2023 at least, certainly practical effects would, but simply a giant blown up man, that is how the gods have been written as typically, especially when these myths are re-geared for children's stories, and it looks like it has been wholly engineered on the screen during that slightly underrated sequence. That's all for today. If you're so inclined, tune in next time.